So y'all, this is like so crazy. I'm at my son's school this evening, picking him up from after school, right? So I'm sitting in the office and I see a little boy, like maybe like 8 or 9, a little Spanish boy. So I guess they have been trying to get in touch with his parents and calling them, and no one's picking up, and no one came to pick him up from after school. And next thing you know, they're steady calling people, steady trying to get in touch, and they then asked him like, hey, do you know you have a cousin or an aunt, an uncle, anybody? So he's like, no. So they went to the back. I guess all the people in the office went to the back to go talk, and then they came back out and they asked him to come to the back. So the little boy goes to the back, and then he comes back out, and then I saw the lady in the office try to call, I guess again, his parents. Nobody answered. So maybe about 5 minutes later, y'all, these people walked into school and came and got that little boy. Like, that was insane. Like, they literally came in there in the office and got the little boy and walked out. And the little boy was crying. Like, I literally cried. Like, this was so crazy. And I'm so glad that, it wasn't no other kids around to see this and witness this, because, like, that was crazy. Like, oh my God.
Donald Trump supporters are finally getting hit with reality. People are losing their jobs, their social securities, their businesses, and now Trump is going to cut Medicaid as well. Watch this.
Okay, so this is hilarious. I just saw this white lady on here complaining that she just lost her job because she was hired under the diversity, equity, and inclusion program at her work. And you can see she didn't want to say it, but she really wanted to be like, but I'm not black. But that's not what diversity, equity, inclusion meant. The number one recipient of DEI hires is white women. The number one people who have benefited the most from this whole affirmative action and DEI hired has been white women, 100%. And now all these white women who voted for Donald Trump are going to find out that DEI included them. And I'm sorry, but this is one of the best fuck around and find out moments yet, because these women are the ones who deserve to be fired. I'm sorry. Like, if you voted for Donald Trump and you get fired because you were a DEI hire, don't come looking to me for sympathy.
Alright guys, today I'm going to be reporting my first immigrant to ICE. I'm so excited. I got the phone number right here. Let's do it. Put it on speaker.
Welcome to the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Anonymous Tip Line. If you are reporting a crime, say report a crime. If you'd like to speak with a representative, say, may I speak to a representative?
Can I speak to a representative?
Hello, this is the ICE Anonymous Tip Line. My name is Officer Ramirez. How may I assist you?
Ramirez?
Yes.
Traitor.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I had something in my throat. Anyway, there's some filthy immigrants in my country that I would really appreciate you removing. Could you help me with this?
Okay, yes. Where are you located?
I'm City.
Okay. All right. Do you have a name?
Yes, but I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly because he's African. He's very African. I believe it's Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Sorry, Elon Musk. Maybe? I don't know how they say it. But anyway, last time I seen him, he was bragging about some crimes he committed and how he used the profits to buy a tiny home in Boca Chica, Texas. So if you could send somebody over there to get him out of there, I'd really appreciate that.
Okay, we'll send someone to check this out.
I'm really here for this MAGA civil war because the American people are finally realizing that people like Donald Trump and other MAGA elites, they're not America first. They are the rich first. Their tax policy specifically targeted towards low and middle class individuals, literally raising their taxes through the use of tariffs while cutting taxes massively for rich people predominantly. That's tax policy that takes money from the low and middle income and it gives it to rich people. That's Robin Hood for the rich. So yes, they're not America first. They are the rich first. And I think that the left needs to adopt this messaging, say, oh, Republicans aren't America first at all. You know who the ones who are America first? The people advocating for childcare, for healthcare, for education, for housing, right? For American citizens. Putting American citizens first within those particular categories is fundamentally what is going to make people feel like actually being put first. So Republicans haven't advocated for any of those policies, and we can be the ones to do so and show the American people that we're truly the ones putting them first and not the rich. Because that is simply what Republicans are advocating for day in and day out.
Trump has about 48 to 72 hours to announce that he will not be deporting anyone who is a farm worker or working in a factory producing food, or we're going to have a seriously catastrophic next week. This man is trying to be a ruler and is forgetting the first rule of ruling. You do not let your citizens go hungry or they will eat you. You are asking the farm workers to show up at threat of being deported and taken away from their families and sent back to a country where they don't really have roots anymore. And if they do, they don't intend to go back at this point. So these people are not showing up for work. They will not be producing food. And we have under a week before food supply begins to diminish severely. A hungry populace is not a pleasant populace. A hungry populace will not stand for this. A hungry populace will rebel quickly. When a tomato is costing you $5, you will not be taking this government anymore. You will not be allowing it to happen. You will not allow Trump. The announcement must be made in the next 72 hours that farm workers will not be deported.
So, do you or somebody you know live on a fixed income, or perhaps are poor and also take medications, and those medications are expensive, or were? Congratulations. Donald Trump just made them expensive again. He rescinded the Biden-Harris order to lower drug prices. When Donald Trump woke up this morning and rolled his fat white ass out of bed, he had a couple decisions. He could have helped homeless veterans, but nope. No. Wanted to raise those prices on drugs. Congratulations, if you voted for this dude, he just enacted a tariff on your ass. Are we great yet?
The Trump supporters out there really think that things have gotten better since Donald Trump became president-elect. They really think that. Just the other day, the president of Honduras said they might expel the U.S. military over Donald Trump's deportation threats. Greenland is now spending over $1 billion more on their military after Donald Trump suggested invading them. We're now beefing with Panama because Donald Trump suggested invading them and taking the Panama Canal. And then Colombia defended Panama against us. Mexico and Canada, we almost got into a trade war with those countries because Donald Trump threatened to impose 25% tariffs on those countries. I mean, everything is collapsing. Everything that Donald Trump goes near gets worse. Not to mention the fact that Donald Trump acknowledged in an interview that his tariffs are going to raise your costs and that lowering grocery prices are going to be very hard. He's completely backing down on the key campaign promises he made. Now, just to be clear, everybody that voted for Harris saw this coming. We knew this would happen. We knew exactly how it was going to play out, and they did it anyway. And now they're still celebrating it as if things have gotten better. They're living in MAGA fantasy land. Wake up.
Aw, sweetie. If you think that MAGA Christians regret their vote, then you do not understand Christian patriarchy. You do not understand the power of the pulpit, and you do not understand end times prophecy as told by the people in the pulpit. And if you are deconstructing from this side of Christianity, you know I'm speaking the truth. I realize we're seeing some regret videos. And these are voters who are realizing that Trump is gutting everything, their jobs, their benefits, the programs, life-saving programs. Well, yes, some are furious, and you're seeing that at these town halls. MAGA Christians are thrilled. They see Trump as anointed by God. They see Musk as the chosen genius. Even more disturbing, they see the destruction of democracy as part of the divine plan. There's a pig farmer in Georgia right now who believes that because Musk is the richest man in the world, he must be the smartest, and it doesn't matter about his morality. Just down the street, there's a shop owner who is selling out of Daddy's Home merchandise with Trump's picture on the front of the t-shirt. And she explains it by saying that Daddy provides the security. Doesn't see anything wrong with that. This is Christian nationalism in action. There's a woman in Georgia who has announced her candidacy for Congress, says that because Trump is anointed by God, if her family suffers and it means that they may have to miss vacation, it's okay because it's all part of the divine plan. Obedience, suffering, submission. In their minds, it's all holy. And if you were raised evangelical Christianity, you recognize all of this. Even Trump referencing the golden age is a dog whistle to MAGA Christians who believe that Trump's actions are hastening the kingdom of heaven and Jesus' return to earth. This is faith twisted into worship of power. They're not going to change their mind until it's too late, and some of them will never change their mind.
Trump is the best. You know what, Johan? You're right. He's the best president Elon could ever buy. He's the best wife cheater Melania still doesn't know. He's also the best liar. He's still got you thinking that Haitians were eating cats and dogs. He's the best at filing bankruptcy. But then again, he does have a lot of experience, doesn't he? The best golfer. He never cheats. To hear him tell it, he could hit a hole-in-one without ever even going to the golf course. He's also the best undercover racist in the world. He's so good at it, he even got votes from minorities. Imagine minorities voting for the same person that the Triple K and the Proud Boys voted for. Ain't that some shit? He's got the best comb-over in the world. He's the best flip-flopper ever. First he supported H-1B visas, then he didn't, and now he does again. So much for the immigration plan. He's also the best trader America has ever seen. He's so good at it that he's got you convinced that he's not a traitor. He's also the best criminal con artist I've ever seen. So you're right, Johan. He is the best. Too bad he's the worst president we ever had.
Trump won. If you don't like it, leave. Hey, how about get fucked? How's that sound? I pay my taxes and I live here legally. My First Amendment rights say I can say Donald Trump licks donkey taint and there isn't a fucking thing you can do about it. So to use a phrase that you conservative losers are so goddamn fond of, cry harder. If it bothers you that I call Donald Trump a sexist, that I call him a bigot, that I call him a danger to the nation, that I call him a narcissistic, felonious, insurrection-inciting, racist piece of shit, maybe you shouldn't support him because all that shit is backed up by fact. And to use another phrase you're fucking fond of, facts don't care about your feelings. And another thing for you cowardly fucking conservatives, the very last thing I'm going to do is leave the country and leave the thousands of Americans who are incapable of leaving the country, whether for financial or familial or some other reason, leave them to fight this fascistic bullshit alone. I get that it's the conservative move to just pull the ladder up as soon as you're done using it, but it isn't mine. So get fucked.
So tariffs and increasing the price that we have to pay for imported goods is going to bring back manufacturing jobs to the United States because the U.S. will just start making those things by themselves, right? Okay, well, what do you think the turnaround time is on that? Do you know how long it takes to build a factory, get the machines in that factory working, and get that factory running at full capacity? It's years. It's likely not going to happen before the next presidential election. It takes a really long time to get a factory completely up and running. And in that meantime, we would still have to buy that imported product and be paying the taxes on that imported product. And remember, it's going to cost more if we're making it in the United States, because if we could make these products in the United States as cheaply as they're made overseas, we would have been doing it a long time ago. So it could bring back manufacturing jobs, but it's going to be a while, and also it's going to be more expensive. And are these going to be good paying jobs? Well, if I had to guess, I would say since the political party that is making all of these policies is not for raising the minimum wage and is not for unions, I don't think they're going to be great paying jobs. Because why would they be? So could they bring back manufacturing jobs and make stuff in the U.S.? Sure. But again, prices are not going down.
Second time in a year, almost a year to the day, I got laid off again. Twice in a year. And what the fuck? What is anyone supposed to do? And they said, because of the economy is crap right now. So, we're gonna lay off a whole bunch of people again. And I already was struggling so hard, actually low-key, to even keep the current roof over my head. And now, I have no idea how I'm even going to get through the next few hours. I just don't understand. But yeah, the economy is shit. America is shit right now. I feel like there's a really big plan for them to, tank this so that we have to rely on other things, other people. It's fucking shit. And I'm quite frankly tired of it. I'm tired of my livelihood being in other people's hands. and I have no idea how to fix that, but I'm going to, because this is just wild, and I'm fucking angry more than I am hurt or sad. I am scared. I have no idea where any of my bills are gonna come from, or the money. I'm more angry than anything because I just cannot even believe I used to be able to get a job like the week later if I got laid off. So I might be homeless in a week or two if I can't figure it out.
Please excuse my hair. I just woke up. Donald Trump was inaugurated at 12, and just a few minutes ago, he has now claimed that there will only be the male and female gender that will be recognized in America. This sets back everything that the trans community has been working for, and we have already not been recognized in this country for centuries. If we remember, gay marriage became legal 10 years ago. We had just earned the right to change our gender on our passports and IDs. Just because I want to identify as a man does not mean I am trying to hurt you. In these next 4 years, you are going to hear the most intense anti-trans propaganda you have ever heard in your entire life. And they're going to strew it in a way that sounds extremely convincing, because it will fearmonger. It will fearmonger everyone's insecurities. Please talk to your neighbors, protect your trans community, stay involved, and do not forget us, because history will try to erase us.
Frankly, the chickens are treating our country very badly. They're living cage-free, they don't pay rent, and they're lazy. They don't want to work. A lot of people are saying these chickens are from China. They're the chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. We love bare-naked ladies. That's who's saying that, bare-naked ladies. A lot of people don't know that. But we've got sources, great sources, saying these chickens are crossing the road and nobody knows why. It's a disaster, and I think probably I could cut the cost of eggs in half just by banning the packaging. We're going to ban the packaging. Eggs will no longer come in shells. I don't know why they put shells on them. Nobody eats the shell. And we'll have our own chickens called Republic hens, and they'll lay beautiful egg patties with no shells, just like a McMuffin. Because everybody loves an egg McMuffin, or sometimes a McGriddle. Some people like the McGriddle. But we'll work with McDonald's to cut the cost of eggs, and Ronald will be begging like a dog to make a deal. We'll cut a deal so fast, the Fry Guys' heads will spin, believe me. And probably even give the Hamburglar a full pardon. We will make chickens lay again, and they will be dropping more eggs than a sorority house who's all on the same cycle.
Hey everyone, this is absolutely incredible. In some of my other videos, I talk about my Trump supporter neighbor and how she lost her job from the steel company because of the possible Trump tariffs, and that they're closing some stuff down. So when I got home from work, I looked over and she was near the end of my driveway. She absolutely apologized and admitted that she was the one who stole my Harris signs during the election. She also thanked me for this small donation that I gave her. I gave her some money because I felt so bad because she was hungry. And I also felt bad that she was working in the grocery produce section, peeling the extra skin off the onions, moving the cucumbers around, juggling the lettuce, the tomatoes. So, but she actually admitted that it was wrong to vote for Donald Trump. I cannot believe it. And she's going to take down the Trump signs. It's an absolute miracle.
Hey, to all the Trump supporters on here who are not a straight white man, I hope you guys understand that you are DEI. Like, no matter where you go in life, no matter what you do, in the eyes of Republicans, unless you are a straight, white, drunk man, you are not worthy of your job. Just so you know. Doesn't matter your qualifications, how long you've been there. Doesn't even matter if you love Trump with all your heart. If anything goes wrong at your job and you are not a straight white man, every Republican is going to look at you first and say, oh, why are we hiring gay people? Okay, when did the black lady get here? That's the new norm for being a Republican. Now, I can understand why this lazy propaganda works on asshole racist white men. Don't understand why this shit works on anybody else. Because it is such fucking lazy propaganda. Republicans really took racism, homophobia, and sexism and just shoved it nice and tidy into 3 little letters, DEI. And now when a plane goes down, Republicans get to come out and blame diversity. How about this, Republicans? How about you shut the fuck up and get to work, huh? How about you make America great again? Because I see planes going down, grocery prices skyrocketing, wars all over the world. How about you shut the fuck up and get to work? Okay, stop blaming gay people and black people for things that you fucked up, okay?